The guitar is a surprisingly complicated instrument to understand. Imagine it like this. Each string is like a piano keyboard, except that all the keys look exactly the same. There are 6 of them, all right next to each other, each one starting on a different note. So normally guitar is taught through positions, which means using all 6 strings, but only 4 frets at a time. I would like to propose a simpler approach, using 1 string at a time. So now, in order to learn the guitar neck, instead of memorizing 12 positions over 6 strings, we're only memorizing 6 strings, period. Now, this is a great exercise to develop confidence when you want to explore music. I've had so many experiences going for something in the heat of the moment that I hear in my mind's ear. And when I get there, I suddenly realize I don't know where I am on the fretboard anymore. And that completely ruins the flow. Now, this isn't to say that position playing is bad. Playing on 1 string is part of a balanced guitar diet, along with a lot of other things. And I have to give credit where credit is due. I learned this approach from The Advancing Guitarist by Mick Goodrick. And if you have any interest in your guitar education, you gotta buy that book. Okay, so let's take a look at this. We're gonna explore G major. Now, we're going to conceptualize everything with scale degrees. What that means is the first note of the scale is scale degree 1. The second note is 2. The third note is 3. All the way up to the 7th note, last note, 7, and then back to 1. You could also say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And to find the scale, we need to understand the interval relationships that make up the scale. So by that I mean, is there a whole step, meaning we skip a fret, or a half step, meaning we don't skip a fret, between each note of the scale? And so for a major scale, we have all whole steps, except between scale degrees 3 and 4, and 7 and 1. So to find the scale on the G string, we're starting on scale degree 1. So between 1 and 2, there's a whole step. Between 2 and 3, whole step. 3 and 4, half step. 4 to 5 is a whole step. 5 to 6, whole step. 6 to 7, whole step, and then 7 and 1, half step. And we can go back down. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We want to explore this in different ways. We can play the notes in sequence like we just did. We can skip notes, so 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 6, etc. We could play sequences of notes, so 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. We could do big jumps between notes, so maybe I'll go between 1 at the octave and every other note. 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, etc. Once you start to feel comfortable, or maybe after a certain amount of time, you can move on to other strings. So for another string, you're going to repeat the exact same process, but instead of starting on scale degree 1, you'll start on a different scale degree. So for the B string, string number 2, we're on scale degree 3. 1, 2, 3. And so we do the same process to find the scale. So between 3 and 4, and 7 and 1. There's a half step. Otherwise, it's whole steps. 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7, and then half step to 1, 2, 3. Once we get to the octave, we can go back down. 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You can repeat the same process of exploration for this string and then move on to the others. The idea is once you feel comfortable on one string, to improvise, to explore, to have fun, maybe even surprise yourself. So I will improvise on the B string. And I'll use the D and G strings as a drone, which gives the scale a little more context, and it just makes for a better, more enjoyable sound. In the next video, we're going to look at different ways to explore the strings, different ways in which you want to feel comfortable while you're playing the guitar. So if you like this video, please subscribe, please like it, tell your friends, and enjoy your music.